Hello guys, today this marks my August 9th, 2021 day trading recap. So at open today, I was eyeing down BTCM. It was creating like it had a wedge look to it, right? So I was eyeing that down, but I accidentally ended up failing. So I just waited after open to see what it was doing. I never play open unless something looks really, really good, because open, anything can happen, honestly. So so I kind of waited, and I fell into this 4-hour demand. So I drew this 4-hour demand all the way from May. So I was eyeing this down, and I saw we got to move to the upside, right? There was an imbalance here. So I drew the demand from the close of this red candle um, to the lowest point of the scream candle. So, and all the way from here, and it was perfect. It was a perfect demand zone. Worked out perfectly. So I bidded some here at 741. So because this caught my attention. This candle first caught my attention in the 5-minute, because I felt like that was a little like that was high volume for that candle to be so narrow, right? Because I was kind of comparing it with this candle, and I'm like, okay, I feel like this should have a little less volume than this candle, right? This 945 candle, um, with almost like close to near volume, right? So I waited for another signal, and then we saw this, right? Now this uh, candle had almost the exact same volume as the 945 candle, right? So I'm like, okay, this is definitely gonna reverse a bit. Bidded some at 941, and it was kind of wonking back and forth around 7.5, 7.6s. So I scaled a little bit out, very small out at 7.56, and then I scaled the rest out at 7.2. So perfect, perfect entry and pretty much a perfect exits. It ended up dipping down again into demand, perking back up. And I noticed it was having a lot of trouble getting over this 7.8 level, so I knew it would require a lot of volume. Then later on in the day, I completely missed this move. I wish I caught it. Dipped perfectly, touched the bottom of demand. I probably should have set an alert. Touched demand, bounced all the way from 7.13 all the way to 8.10. So that's more than 10%. That would have been a beautiful play, but sadly I didn't catch it. So this 15-minute, okay, doesn't show me much. Tweezer bottom. Yep, tweezer bottom. So tweezer bottom is when the close of both candles are pretty much alike, right? Are lined up, and relative wicks are the same. So that's a sign of a reversal. And I think the 10-minute showed me something, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, so almost a hammer candle, right? We got some buying power, and the volume perked a little bit up here, right? So yeah, look at this. This it's hard to see, but this candle had more volume. Wow, damn! I wish I fucking caught this, because this was very easy. This candle had more volume than this candle at 12:10, and look how much wider the body is, right? So again, a sign of reversal. So that would have been beautiful if I caught it, but sadly I wasn't eyeing it at the time. But yeah, that's beside the point. I just missed out on that play. Then FTT, FT, sorry. I was eyeing this also at open. I liked the wedge, right? It had from here to here, right? Broke down, so I'm like, okay, that negates the wedge pretty much. Waited after open, and I ended up taking some at 341, right? Because I thought, okay, we're at VWAP, we're at 9 EMA, we're at 20 EMA, We're at 50 AMA, should hold, and we had a support level, daily support level. Or it was, yeah, daily support level. So I thought it was gonna hold, but unfortunately it did not. And honestly, I should have kind of known that it barely held this level throughout the morning, so I should have eyed that down. Bidded some here, broke my trend line because I was looking for this wedge breakout, right? Touch support and off to the upside. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. Broke support, broke my trend line, and I scaled some out. No, I actually added here a little bit more at 3.33, and it got to like 3.31, and I just stopped out. I just got out. Because honestly, I should have got out sooner because I should have just stuck to my plan and just got out when I broke trend line, and take some size off after it, right? And if it did bounce, then okay, I have a little size on and let it ride from here. But I actually added more here, and then it kept on falling. So then, I was looking to add here, right? After a very slight loss, I was looking to add here from here, right, all the way to here. I was like, okay. At 3.3, I was like, okay, let me eye this a little bit. Didn't hold, and I was like, whatever. Let me just ignore this ticker, right? This is not worth my time. Let me go find a new one. But I actually dipped a little bit more to 3.28 and rode to 3.6, which is fine. We missed out on a 20-cent move. 30, yeah, about 30-cent move. Not a big deal. But yeah, that does it for FTFT. But yeah, it just was unfortunate. And then, let me look. And then, yeah, so then I added AHPI. This was beautiful, but I kind of made a mistake, honestly. So it was channeling here. That's what I noticed, and I'm like, okay, let's go for a bounce, right? So I added at, yeah, shit. Damn, I wish I was smarter with this trade. Okay, so I added at 318 at 10:05. So yeah, pretty much at trend line, I put my bid, got filled, dipped down a little bit, um, and I still held because I said, okay, this will be my stop, right? This will be my stop. This wick right here. So it dipped down, I held, then we got a perp back up, then we shot up to around 10.3, 10.4. I'm like, beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna get our move. And unfortunately we didn't, but I scaled a little bit off at 10.20 when it dipped back down. So maybe I should have scaled some here at 10.4, but honestly I was like, okay, I'll scale some out at 10.5 instead. But now me looking back, I guess maybe I should have scaled some out at 10.4, right? Because this was a big green candle. But I was just trying to say to myself, stay patient, don't sell too quickly, and let it breathe. That's what I was saying. Let it breathe, right? So unfortunately, it kept on dipping down, right? So honestly, after this candle, surprised I didn't notice, this candle had more volume than this candle, right? If you look. And that doesn't make sense. That's a sign of a reversal to the downside, which it did, right? So I probably should have sold out here and not take a loss. But I think I was so focused on the move to the upside that I literally neglected everything that the chart was telling me, right? Um, but yeah, that 5 minute told me to get out, which I didn't. And then honestly, I know you're never supposed to do this, but I saw this knife and I just started scaling out, scaling out, scaling out. Even though I should have said, okay, because then we got into close, right? The market closed. So I was honestly done for the day. I didn't do much, right? It was boring and I was honestly just frustrated because like just nothing worked out, you know? That's going to happen in the market sometimes. We're in August. Don't rush things. And yeah, and I didn't follow my risk. I should have said, okay, if it breaks this, then I'll get out, right? But right when we got into close, I just sold my position and I just left the desk. And what do you know? 5 minutes later, we got a fat candle, right? A huge candle, and we shot up all the way to 1137. That would have been a beautiful move. That is more than 10%, right? So I wish I held. Um, because I honestly was confident that we were going to see high of day, which we did. We did at the end of the day into after hours. And it had this like descending wedge look, and these are money. These descending wedges always pay. At least that's what I'm noticing. Um, it's hard to see on any other time frame, but the 5 minute it doesn't correlate that much, like that perfectly, but you can kind of see it. Um, so yeah, I had good ads. Don't get me wrong. Um, I should have just held and said, okay, if it breaks 984, then I'll get out, right? Because I held this level, right? Held it here, and that should have just gave me confluence, right? And this level tended to hold, right? To just wait it out. And yeah, that was a simple mistake. I should have been more patient with my trade and again let it breathe, let it do its thing because that would have been a banger. And honestly, like I said, like guys, like I'm making money later in the day. Like I'm thinking about, of course, I'm still gonna get up in the morning, but what I'm starting to notice is I'm starting to hit tickers at the end of the day instead of in the morning. Like I barely trade in the morning, you know, or in the afternoon. Is what I'm starting to notice. These recaps, you'll notice like uh, um the tickers set up the most at the end of the day and they're primed out. That's what I'm noticing. So I kind of noted that in the morning. I'm like, hold on, there's a lot of tickers that are running at the end of the day and they're setting up. So I'm also going to take that into note for the rest of August, right? Just wait it out. Be patient. There'll be one. There's going to be one. You just got to catch it, right? That what did I BTCM? Yeah, you know, that was near lunch, right? And I just wasn't looking at it. That this move, right? But yeah, that's what I noticed. Like I'm catching these tickers that are running late in the day, and they're getting good moves. They're getting very good moves. So yeah, that I think does it for today's recap. Very short. Like I said, a lot of these recaps are going to be very short, very simple because I'm just not going to rush things. I'm learning a lot every day of the mistakes I'm making, and just to be patient. Let the ticker breathe. You know, let your position do its thing. Don't don't get feared out. Um, and I actually started reading this book. It's called Trading in the Zone, which I recommend. It's been doing. It's been helping me a little bit just to size up and just stop being scared. You know of what the possibilities are. Just once you get into that rhythm of um sizing up, and I know I shouldn't size up in August. Everyone says size down in August, right? but I'm trying to create that mentality of I'm not going to be scared to size up on these positions. Uh, but that's what I caught. And honestly, I'm gonna start sizing more into positions I really like setups I very like, um, and just stop being afraid. Today I didn't do too bad, but I didn't size up a lot because, like I said, there wasn't that many plays that I liked to actually size up a lot. I think Can did a little bit, but I mean not really. Like yeah, I was looking for this wedge and got from 10 to 10.20. Big deal. 20 cents. Like, that's nothing major. So yeah, that does it for today, I think. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.